What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome back to another episode of the Levante career mode. Might be one of the biggest games in Levante's history, with the first final that we have got into with this career mode. We are into the final of the Super Copa. This is a huge step in Levante's kind of stride of history and everything else. A huge game against Atletico Madrid, and we have had massive games against them previously, and we know what to expect when it comes to the prestigiousness and everything else about this side. So a big game, a big side needed to be able to be fielded. I chose my strongest side, and I've been able to kind of rotate and have it so everyone is fit also. I needed everyone back for this game. I haven't had any injuries so far this season also. I've been quite lucky on that side of things. But yeah, as I say, we needed the biggest team that we could possibly field out, just to be able to kind of have it so we compete at the highest level. I mean, we know what to expect against Atletico Madrid. In goal, we have Kevin Trapp, Neco Williams, Diallo, Conti and Gomez make up your back four. Pepeyu and Koke as your midfield two, with Cherke just above him. And then we have Afif, Muane and Pepe making the front three. Really strong side, and I was really confident in my team selection also. Always nice to be able to select a team and being confident at the same time. It helps massively. In the 5th minute here, you can see Pepe having a little heel chop, and he tries to cross the ball in, only falls out to a throw-in with Williams being able to take. Really quick throw-in, to be honest, and Koke is able to be found in a nice bit of space, and he nearly scores against his former side. Really good kind of transition in play, being able to shift the ball across, and we're able to pick out Koke and nearly find the back of the net. We get a corner from this, and they clear it really well, in all honesty. It does fall out to a Levante player, but they do pick it up, and they seem to go on the counter-attack really nicely. One-touch passing as they try and move up the field. Depay on the ball, now Goretzka on the ball, and in a really good bit of passing here. Goretzka holding his kind of strength really well. We have to get stuck in, but unfortunately for us, it falls out to Felix, I'm pretty sure. And it was very lucky for myself to have that saved by Kevin Trapp. A real kind of ping-pong of the ball flowing from their players, even though I was trying to block it. And yeah, I really got lucky with that one. Does go out for a corner though, and some real good fast starts from both sides, in all honesty. Really strong starts. Goretzka whips the ball in here. We try to clear it, but we can't do so, and Kevin Trapp picks it up comfortably. In all honesty, that would have been going out anyway, but it's in his safe hands, and he's able to pass it out to Gomez, who then is able to put it up to the pitch. Afif gets the ball high up from the pitch from a Gomez pass, and Gomez is making the overlap run. He finds Afif. Afif is one-on-one with the keeper, and he finesses it round into the bottom corner to make it 1-0 in the 13th minute, and we are wheeling away in celebrations as we are now 1-0 up in this tie with only 13 minutes gone. Really strong starts from both sides, as I said previously, but a better start from Levante. Really quick and nice bit of transition of play, having it from the goalkeeper, overlapping from Gomez, and Afif is found in a nice bit of space. 1-2's being made. The runs are being made, and as soon as you know it, it's in the back of the net. Really quickly after that, in the 15th minute, we try to go on the attack here. Cherky getting on the ball, and he tries to kind of heel chop it past the defender, but unfortunately for us, Atletico Madrid pick up the ball really well. They were really strong on the ball in terms of their passing, and they pick out Depay really nicely. Kevin Trapp only having to fumble it into the back of the net. He gets a touch on it, but it wasn't strong enough, and Memphis Depay finds the back of the net not so long after we put the first goal, and it's pretty much about 4 or 5 minutes and they score. Really good comeback from them, and it was kind of one of those games where it was back and forth, and it was anyone who could take their chances. Nice bit of skill by Colin Moani, but he only gets found out, and Depay's back on the ball again. He passes to Felix. Kevin Trapp makes himself really big, and he has to put it out for a corner. And as I say, they are making a really good kind of start to this game, and they're kind of making it even the 20th, 30th minute, then being really consistent at the same time. Gaia on the ball now, and it was a strange ball to say the least, but it was picked up Felix, and I got really lucky, in all honesty. If Conti wasn't in the right position where he was, then he was definitely not clearing that ball. Again, they get another chance, and Trapp has to make himself big, and he's made so many saves already in a short amount of time. Felix trying to finesse it round into the top corner, but unfortunately for him, Kevin Trapp is able to make himself big and stretch out the most he possibly could and put it out for a corner. Loads of corners being conceded by us, and again they get ahead to it, with Kevin Trapp having to definitely get involved in this one, making sure it wouldn't go in the back of the net. A flurry of corners, in all honesty. I couldn't get away from them. Every time they kept getting to it, and it was either saved or cleared. This one we do actually try and get it cleared in the end, with a flurry of headers kind of going in between each other, just trying to get the ball on the floor to be able to kind of have the time to be able to pass it out and move on from there. And as you can see, we only get as far as the outside of the box, and again they pick up the ball. Felix getting tackled there, and a really strong tackle, a standing tackle also, to commit no foul. It took us a little while, but we are able to move the ball up further into the pitch. Pepe is found in a nice bit of space, runs into the gap where he can find Williams, and Williams tries to put a ball over to Pepe. Unfortunately, Sycamore boots the ball out with his head, but it doesn't go any further than Koke, and what a finish. A goal against his former side, and it had to be Koke, didn't it? A game in such where it meant so much for Levante, and Koke is standing out and scoring against his former side and doing it in style also. Really good play by now to kind of pick up the ball from a loose ball. Cherky, I do believe, gets ahead to it, and he just finds Koke. Koke just thinks, why not? Why not? And the back of the net smashes. Really, really good goal from Koke. Excellent to be able to finish that. Such kind of high quality that he shows in this side, and he's doing so well for us. Later on into the second half now, 56 minutes, not too far on, Diallo isn't able to pick up Felix, and he is able to kind of make a one-touch pass between himself and Depay, passing it in between each other, and Depay gets his second goal for the game. Really good bit of play between Atletico, and a really bad defending by myself, not being able to pick up the kind of Felix and Depay, and they just easily pass it against each other and make it 2-2. With that being said, we make some substitutions. I wasn't happy with how things were planning out. Too comfortable, they felt, and I didn't feel comfortable whatsoever. Triple change, Martial coming on, Scott coming on, and we do believe I bring a winger on also in Nusa. 81st minute now, and it is getting really deep into the end of the game. If it finishes like this, it's going into extra time. Pepe had other reasons to not go into extra time though, and a burst of pace late into the game. He's one-on-one with the keeper, and he scores it. 83rd minute, and we are 3-2 up. We are not so long away from wheeling away with the trophy, and Pepe wheels away in celebration himself, and he finds the back of the net. Brilliant goal from Pepe out of nowhere. As soon as they got that second in the 56th minute, the game went completely dead, and it was a stalemate. No one wanted to make any mistakes, and it was just about finding that little bit of a glimmer of hope and finding the opportunity to find the back of the net. They were pressing later on though. They was really trying Atletico. I was lucky here because I was able to pick up a foul, really soft one at that, but it made me kind of waste time. Only a minute on the clock left. I sat with it for a second, a few, just to be able to kind of waste time and boot it up the pitch in the end. But it was either I boot it up the pitch or I play it short. Played it short with Pepe and just passed it round in between each other, and then once it got later on, I just booted it up the pitch, and the final whistle was blown. Unbelievable result in Valencia, our hometown also, and we do pick up the trophy. The first being of many in some ways when it comes to competitions. We've only won the leagues when it comes to trophies, so this is definitely a different step for us, and a big one at that. A different trophy to be able to win, but we will definitely be happy to get our hands on it as the players lumber up to collect their medals and celebrate with the rest of the team. As I say, it's a short competition because we went straight into the semi-finals from previously winning the league. We played against Villarreal that we did really well against, and then obviously that gave us a chance to either play Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. It was Atletico Madrid, but the winners in total were Levante, and we lift the trophy. Pepe in absolute excitement, as well as the rest of the side. Really well deserved, really good tie, and such a kind of emphatic win. Atletico Madrid have knocked us out of previous cup competitions. Remember last season they knocked us out in the semi-final of the Copa del Rey. Obviously they were big fixtures where they completely smacked us in one leg and then we nearly got it back in the next. But yeah, this was a nice bit of revenge at the same time, and we get our lovely bit of silverware. First of the season also, and hopefully first of many. With the cup celebrations over, we turn to another transfer. Sydney Ryberger going on loan to Burnley for a short loan. Hopefully he will be able to get a bit more game time than he has this season. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to give him the minutes. And then we also turn our heads to the Liga now, a game against Girona away. And unfortunately, we only get the 2-2 draw, which is really frustrating. Ceballos and Cherky getting on the score sheet. But yeah, 2 points dropped in that fixture, and not the best time to be able to be dropping points further on into this game. As you can see, we're level on points as it currently stands, and then we go into another simulation against Real Valencia, and we're able to better what we did previously with Colomani and Cherky getting on the score sheet. 3 points. Obviously it was annoying to get the previous draw, but at least we got 3 points from this simulation. And then our face is turned to Copa del Rey now, so that is now commencing round of 32 that we're in, and the first tie in the Copa del Rey was away against Mallorca. Not the biggest side to face, so an easier tie as we go, but they are a La Liga team, so they're going to be up for it. Of course, we have fielded a very respectful side. In all honesty, I could have gone much weaker from what I actually needed to side, but I wanted to win. I really want to win this competition. I mean, when you face it to where we've been previously, we've been in the semi-final twice now and lost, so it is time for us to win this. Kevin Trapp in goal with Williams, Conte, Ndombele and Aaron as your back four, Lavia and Pepe as your midfield two, with Montiel just in front, and then Pepe, Martial and Ceballos making up the final three. As I say, really strong side, and we've been really respectful for Mallorca in that way. We haven't underestimated them whatsoever, and we really want to win this game. 8th minute here, and we pick up the ball deep in our half, and we're able to push it up the pitch. Ceballos making a 1-2 with Montiel, but we're able to find Martial instead. He makes the runner, making one bit of gap, and it allows Martial to burst into the bit of space, and he finds the back of the net, going away in celebration there, and a really good goal, really bit of good trickery in terms of Ceballos running off thinking that we're going to pass to him, but instead we actually do find Martial, and Martial finds the back of the net. In the 11th minute here, we are able to pick up the ball with a Williams interception. Not long after we literally just scored, he's able to find Ceballos that is deep in our half. We pass it about in the middle with Lavia getting on the ball. 1-2 with Ceballos, and Ceballos is in a load of space. Not many people supporting him, but he's in a load of space up high into the pitch. Passes over to Martial, and he volleys it in the back of the net to make it 2-0 in the 14th minute. Such a sublime goal from Anthony Martial, and an act of class, being able to take it down the way he did and just smashing it into the back of the net to make it 2-0 against Mallorca in the round of 32. That was a brilliant goal, and that kind of finishes things off, in all honesty, with if we control the game the way we should do. Keeper had no chance. The power, the precision, everything was key. Such good goal by Anthony Martial, and he goes off in celebration with unfair play to him. Honestly, he's been so good for us this season. Took us a little bit more time to get into the game after the two goals. We sat back a lot, to be honest, and that just shows. Making a stupid mistake, and Conte, he likes to give away a penalty, doesn't he? And unfortunately for us, he gives it away another one for Mallorca to get back into the game not long before the second half. Bit of a sloppy one, in all honesty. I don't know, it was a bit of a 50-50, but nevertheless, he has given away the penalty. And Bula and Kevin Trapp does save. Brilliant save, and Bula has scored previously against us loads of times in La Liga 2 especially. He goes to the left hand side, being Kevin Trapp's right, and yeah, a brilliant save by Kevin Trapp. Nevertheless, he's gone the right way, and that's the main thing. It might have been a poor kind of chance, but yeah, he saved it, and that's the big thing. That meant we went into the second half 2-0 up, making a better start in the second half. Ceballos literally sprinting across everyone. No one's touching him whatsoever, but unfortunately Ceballos couldn't finish it in the end, and it still stays at 2-0. 73rd minute now, and a really kind of boring part of the game, in all honesty. We see it off nicely, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it just felt like nothing was really happening whatsoever. After going 2-0 up so quickly and then conceding the penalty to what saved, nothing happened, but something did happen, and it was quite special, in all honesty. Another volley from Alex Scott, and a brilliant goal at that. Really well taken down, and he just finishes it so perfectly. Great ball from Ceballos, though, also, we have to give him credit too. But as I say, yeah, a really kind of strange game where nothing really happened as such, only kind of key moments that kind of changed the game, and it was just one of those where we just took our chances and went from there. 78th minute here, and Mallorca are trying to get back a consolation goal, but Aaron gets stuck in here. He passes it out to Ceballos, that takes his time with the ball and switches the play to Williams, who picks it up really nicely. As soon as he touches the ball down, he makes a decent bit of burst into space where he finds Nusa. Nusa is able to channel his kind of inner Fabregas, finds Scott finds Muriel, and Muriel rolls back the ears and finds the back of the net to make it 4-0 now in the 82nd minute, cruising in this game and making it so easy for us. The substitutions worked really well with the ones that we did make later on into the second half, and it was much needed, in all honesty, just to be able to kind of freshen it up. And it just did feel dead at the time with only being 2-0 up, but we did so well with being able to get back the goals later on in the second half. Things went over there though. In the 85th minute, we are showing off our skills with a nice bit of passing. Muriel is able to find Vargas, who's in a nice bit of space. He uses his strength, pace and everything else, and he slots it into the bottom corner to make it 5-0 in the 86th minute. Absolute whitewash against Mallorca, and we deserve it so much, in all honesty. It was one of those where, as I say, where it was a bit of a quiet game, but near to the end of the second half we pick things up and we do show the quality that is in this side. We have such a good depth of squad now, and it is definitely showing. A real good performance from the boys, and we are able to go into the next round of the Cup. With that being said, it's weird how the Copa del Rey works. We are going straight into another game, and this is against Real Betis now, a side that we have previously played in this cup competition also, and we have also done really well away from home against Real Betis. Our side for this one was Kevin Trapp in goal, Sriracha, Diallo, Alyamik and Gallardo as your back four, Vargas and Koke with the midfield two, with Cherki, Nusa, Moani and Isuaku making up the front three. Bit of a rotation, obviously we have games coming thick and fast now with the fixtures approaching, so a little bit of a rotation, but still we have got a decent depth of squad and we're able to rotate even so and have a decent squad. 18th minute here, as you can see, Lopez makes a save by Isuaku. He passes the ball out from the back and kind of makes the ball inroad to the midfield. A nice bit of passing, in all honesty, and they're not able to do much to the Levante defence, making it clear that they are here to make a statement, with Juan Cruz making a decent run into the box, and Dolberg finishes it to make it 1-0 in the 20th minute, making a 1-0 deficit already us to climb. A big chance for Real Betis, and they took it, to be honest, and they felt really good in game. They was really here to make their mark and go further in this cup competition. With that being said, a little bit later on into the game, Cherki is found by a real nice ball there over the top, and it takes a few touches to be able to touch it down, but he does what he does best, and he finds the back of the net to make it 1-1. Really good goal, and it was nice to be able to get this goal just before the second half. I really didn't want to go in 1-0 down. I feel like it's such a more of a mountain to climb when you do that, and it just makes it a little bit of breathing room to be able to get a second goal. 41st minute now, and Gallardo makes a nice bit of space here. He runs so well into this bit of space also. Such a good ball, and he finds Koke. Koke finds Cherki, and Cherki makes a brilliant goal, an outside of the foot finish, and it's 2-1 now in the 42nd minute. He raises a cup of tea, a weird celebration, but a good one at that. A brilliant goal also. The way he takes it on the outside of the foot, so well done. It's such a bit of class from Cherki, and it's exactly what he is. He is a bit of class. Brilliant goal, and we find ourselves going into the second half 2-1 up. Being able to do so was absolutely fantastic, and we start the second half really strong here also. Isuaku going into a nice bit of pace here, and no one can get near him whatsoever, and unfortunately for Real Betis, he gets taken down by Issa Diop, and they find themselves 2-1 down currently, and could be a further with 3-1 down with this penalty. Kolemani takes the penalty. He's got the ball on the spot. He goes to run up, and he smashes the net to make it 3-1 in the 50th minute, making that game a little bit easy to control and feel a little bit more comfortable in the game also. Really good finish. Sends in the wrong way. I was thinking about dinking it in the middle and being a little bit cheeky, but luckily for myself, I put it to the left hand side. Keeper doesn't even move, in all honesty, but we send in the wrong way nevertheless, and we are now 3-1 up in this tie. 63rd minute now, Alyamik tries to clear his lines. He's able to kind of toy with his man there, passing it out to Koke, but Koke only finds a man in white and green, and Dolberg finds the back of the net once again. He is such a good striker for them, and is a player that could be playing for such a better team, in all honesty. Nevertheless though, a brilliant goal by Dolberg, and he is able to find the back of the net. I was trying to just keep my cool in this game, in all honesty, and that we do. 89th minute, Martial, the substitute, squares it to Vargas, and we find the back of the net. He wheels away in celebration, knowing he will take us now to the quarter-final. A really good goal by Vargas. Realistically, after that second goal, we just kept our cool, we defended well, we didn't make any stupid decisions or have any situations that we needed to face, and we finded ourselves 2 goals ahead going into the final whistle. A really good goal from Vargas. He literally just does all he can to get into that position and puts all through it, and he finds the back of the net. Vargas being, you think if you started off watching us at the start of this series, Vargas has been a youth player as well, so he has definitely come up the ranks and showed us what he is capable of. Confirmation of the 4-2 win against Real Betis, as I say, a really solid win, and that puts us around into the next rounds of the Copa del Rey. Cherki getting 2 out of 3 attempts. He could have got a hat-trick, in all honesty, as well. He was unbelievable, and he has been so far. So this is the standings at the end of the episode. We have played 22, won 17, drawn 3, lost 2, and we are level on points with Atletico Madrid. Not many league games being played due to the cup competitions, but in all honesty I don't mind that because it definitely changes it up. We're still in this, we are well in this, and there's many games ahead of us, so we have just got to kind of keep our cool, win the games that we need to win, and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.